What's up, everybody? This is podcast Gameoverse episode 160 for Thursday, October 19, 2023. I am Wasabi Ice Cream, joined as always by Rick. What's up?
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Rick. I'm here. You're here. We're all here to talk about video games. Let's start where you always start, man. Tell me what you've been playing.
Diablo 4 Season of Blood.
Yes. Yes. I started that too, so we can talk about that together. I only played for a couple hours the other day, but I'm pretty into it, dude. Pretty into it.
It is the best the game's been since it launched.
I agree. I like the game. I liked the game when it launched. But
I liked it when it launched, but I feel like, it had a little bit of, it was like missing something, especially, I don't know. I feel like because the game was just like a grind from level 1 to level 50, and then you just do whatever the shit is you do after that, like Hell Tides and Nightmares and shit like that.
yeah.
If you weren't doing the campaign. But with the Season of Blood, they've added a new zone called the Blood Harvest. And dude, it is the most fucking fun content that the game has ever had.
Oh yeah.
They've significantly increased the mob density in these areas.
Oh yeah.
So there's just always fucking shit to kill, just shit everywhere to kill. There's tons of events and drops to get. Everything in the area is linked to the Tree of Whispers, and they significantly buff the Tree of Whispers. So you're in the area doing all this shit, and then you're unlocking Whispers or whatever. Then you go to the tree to cash in, and you'll get like 1,000,000 gold and like an entire level up and then a bunch of fucking loot. And it's like so much more worth it now.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking great. I'm having a blast with it. The vampire powers are super cool.
The powers are fucking awesome. There's one power, I forget what it's called, but there's one where the description says every 4 seconds you steal 40% of your max health from nearby enemies. And I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds all right. But then, I don't know, quote unquote nearby enemies, because it seems like nearby to them is the entire screen and beyond. Have you noticed that? Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen that one. There's a couple that I'm using. Let me find it. I just booted the game up because I'm addicted to it. But
Hamtaro's in the chat. He says, I gotta re-download D4, huh? Yes, and no. Because I don't know, outside of the Blood Harvest area where the game's just fucking normal, I was not having as much of a blasty blast. Like, when you pull up like the season journey or whatever, and it's like, do all this bullshit, or it's like, yeah, do 3 strongholds, or like do 5 dungeons, and it's like that shit. It's like the normal fucking content that's like boring now because the Blood Harvest is so fucking good.
So good. It's so good. For the skills I have, the one that I'm using right now, I'm kind of boring. I'm going for like a lot of really like passive skills that just help out my main build.
Yeah.
So like, Feed the Coven is what I'm using. So I'm running a Necromancer. So Conjuring Companion, Minion, or Bat Familiar attacks have up to 30% chance to restore 10 primary resource and increase your damage by 10% for 4 seconds. So I'm just like constantly like shooting off like magic. Like I have like a ton of like essence now to like use spells and skills with. Another one that's really fun is
I don't know if there's class specific powers. I know they're in the Malignant. There were like class specific ones for that.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's any class specific ones. All the ones I have are pretty like generically describes. Like this one's like Conjuration Companion, Minion, and Bat Familiar. So that would work for like anyone that really has like a familiar type
Yeah.
skill. And it's a lucky hit, so it's not like it's super reliable, but it's like a 30% chance on lucky hit. So
Yeah.
it's every time my minions attack. I have like 8 minions out on the floor right now. So yeah, so the chance of like that going off and healing me for free is or restoring my resource for free is pretty. And there's another one that's like you deal 8% increased damage to vulnerable enemies, and enemies that are vulnerable are affected by Vampire Curse. Or enemies are vulnerable by while affected by Vampire Curse. And I have another one, so like my familiars can deal Vampire Curse to enemies. So it's really cool. Like this is setting off like those parts of my brain that are like synergize, synergize, synergize. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's so much fun. It's so much fun now. Like
Yeah, because the blood harvest they're basically like hell tides, but
yeah,
just it's just open from the beginning. And
yeah,
then
great.
fucking I was in there, and you know the ones where it's like you collect these like blood drops, and you like there's spots on the map where you can like deposit them,
Yeah, yeah.
and there's one that takes 150, or there's 3 pedestals, and you put 50 in each, and that starts some sort of like raid where every vampire just comes in, you just destroy them.
I haven't done that yet.
Oh man,
I'm
dude.
bored. I've been doing the I've been trying to bump up the seasonal stuff.
Oh, you're fucking up
And yeah, I know.
because when I did this thing, I was like, I'm not doing anything else. I'm just doing this fucking. I don't even know what the fuck it's called. It's like a blood hunt or something. You like start a blood hunt, and then um, you need like multiple people though. Like you need at least like 3 or 4 people because it's just so many enemies that come in. And
Yeah.
dude, the amount of loot that drops, it seems broken. It almost seems broken because I had like we did it 3 times because there's a countdown timer before like the area moves to a new area on the map.
Yeah.
And so I was like, it's the first time I ever fucking used the chat, dude. I was in the chat and I was like, I have 100. If anyone has 50 right now, we can do another one. And like someone was like, I got 50, and we fucking deposited and we loaded one up, and then like, dude, like the whole area just turns into a fucking bloodbath. Just enemies fucking everywhere, legendaries dropping, fucking, it's fucking insane. And you're like, this is broken. And then you just go to deposit everything. The Tree of Whispers, like, I have shit for you. And then you go to the tree and you fucking get another 1,000,000 gold. It's like, so I have like 4 5 million gold, and I'm only like level like 40 something. It's insane. I have a legendary in every slot. Multiple legendaries. I have more. I know even know what to do with. It's insane. It's insanity. And I'm
That's
like, I don't
insane.
want to do anything else but this. And then yeah,
That's
and
incredible.
then when you're going through the journey, I'm like, this is boring now because I'm just doing the same old fucking strongholds. I'm doing the same old fucking missions. I'm doing these boring side missions. I just want to do the blood harvest, man. Uh so that's the only downside to it is like now I don't want to do anything else but the harvest.
And
So,
that's fine. Like that's like the beauty of the game, man. You can play however you want. Like
yeah.
if you don't want to do the seasonal journey stuff, you don't have to. And honestly, look at the seasonal journey stuff. I'm like the rewards for like for free, like doing the season aren't that great.
Yeah.
Like all you need like a premium season pass, like getting into good shit.
Yeah, I had the premium one for the last one, but I didn't
I did,
realize I didn't realize what I was doing when I activated it. I
yeah, I
thought it
did not.
was yeah. Concerning the game was completely unplayable for me uh until I found out that I had to turn off cross-platform play for it to be playable because it was just a
Is that
laggy
why you were
mess.
having all rubber banding issues?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It was a laggy fucking mess. And I was like, okay, someone has to know why this is happening. And then I went on Reddit, and then someone was like, turn off cross platform play, and it fixes it. And I was like, you motherfuckers.
is
This
that on by
never,
default?
it's
Because
on by
I don't
default.
remember. I don't
Yeah.
remember turning it off for me, and I've never had those issues. Where is that in? Is that in like Connect
Yeah,
settings?
yeah.
Oh, it's off for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I guess I never turned it. I must have turned it off one day and just never turned it back on or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably why you were fine.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, I turned that
I
off,
don't
and then I
never
was
turned it
finally
back
able
on.
to play. And then so when I figured that out, I loaded up the Malignant season, and I tried to like I tried to like brute force through the tiers, so I didn't waste my fucking
Pass.
yeah. But I didn't get very far. So,
Awesome.
but yeah, I don't know. They made a lot more quality of life changes. Like they updated, they made a lot of changes to the horse. The sorcerer finally fucking feels great. I'm enjoying the sorcerer
Yeah,
finally.
I was looking at the some of the meta for the season, and right now the if we're looking at class lists for leveling, Chain Lightning Sorcerer is like S class right now for leveling.
Yeah,
Not so much end game. They got to change the skills for end game, but for leveling, Chain Lightning's the way to go.
I don't fuck with the meta. Okay,
Yeah.
I just do what I want.
I only fuck with the meta because I don't want to waste my time. I want to like okay, I want to know like okay, what's effective, what sounds fun to play. That's as far as I go. Like when I was playing Druid, I looked up some of the meta to like help level me up. But when it got to end game, the meta was like what was it? It was like Stormclaw Druid, and I was like, that doesn't sound fun. So I was running like an Earthshaker like bear build for my end game stuff, and I was having fun with it.
Yeah,
Like
so
the meta gets you like the meta can only get you so far, but they're not always the funnest to play, so I don't always listen to it. I just listen to it to like get me started
yeah,
and see like what the strengths are right now for that class, but I don't always follow it to like a T.
yeah. So it's fun. It's
It
fun. I
is fun.
just want them to. They still got a ways to go. They still got a ways to go with this. They need more updates like this.
Yeah,
That like
it's gonna be
even in
fun.
the all the cities, they added stash boxes to every vendor in the cities. So there's not just one stash in the city, and they
Yeah,
kind of
which is
rearranged a
great.
lot of things. Yeah, they
Which is
changed
great. I don't have to run all the way back to my fucking box to like move stuff around. Like every time I talk to a
yeah.
vendor, great.
They changed all the gems, so you just get gem dust, and then you use those to create the gems that you want. And it doesn't take inventory until you actually make the gems. So there's a lot of smart changes that they've been making, but they still got some a little bit of work to do.
I
So
wish they would fix, even though they fixed a lot of stuff for the horse. The thing that pisses me off about the horse is that like the game forces you to hop off the horse a lot to like traverse the environment.
yeah,
I wish as soon as you do that, it just reset the cooldown for the horse. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
you can hop the horse like a 3 second, 5 second cooldown. So when you jump off the horse for and you have that 5 second cooldown, and you spend 2 seconds like climb a ladder, and you gotta wait 3 other seconds for the fucking cooldown to reset so you can get back on your horse. Just every
yeah.
time you do that, you climb a ladder or hop to another area or something.
They made
Just reset the cooldown.
they made the cooldown shorter, but it's still not short enough.
Yeah, they should just reset the cooldown whenever you do like an environmental like interaction, like climbing a ladder or jumping off a cliff. Just reset the cooldown for the horse, and I'll be happy. That's all I need.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so
But it's fun though. Like I'm having fun with it.
it's
I
fun.
was like, yeah, when I saw this new season came out, I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And I was like, I'm about to like not be productive for the next like couple of months.
Yeah, yeah,
Which sucks is like I have work to do, and I'm probably like I'm probably gonna postpone it like a lot. I have stuff to do today. I have some stuff for like work I have to do before I start work on Friday, and I have chores to do around the house. I have to go get groceries. I'm like, either not do some of those or I'm gonna do it the last minute. But I'm having fun with it. I'm playing it right now. I'm having a fucking blast with this game.
So that's Diablo 4. Also played Modern Warfare 3.
Yes.
The open beta was going on the days leading up to Diablo. And I loaded this shit up. Man, it has been a very long time since I played a Call of Duty game.
Same. I don't even want to think about how bad I am at Call of Duty now.
I'm actually not as bad as I thought I would have been. My skills definitely have atrophied over the years, but uh the maps are the same. They're the same maps from, I think they are Modern Warfare 2 maps.
Oh yeah.
So you get in there and it's like, oh fuck, dude, I remember this map. Uh and yeah, there's just a lot of that. It's like, oh dude, I remember this map. And so like it starts coming back, your like muscle memory starts coming back for it. And it just feels fucking good, man. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like it is a fucking good game. It is a good game.
Yeah, not Diablo. Fucking Call of Duty's always felt like really good to play. It's just,
yeah.
it's just all the Call of Duty stuff that surrounds it is like what people don't like.
And
at its core, it is a good game. Like it's a good, well built, fun game to play.
yeah. So I was having so much fun. Even like when I wasn't winning, like even if like the match was close, I still felt pretty good about it. I was like, oh man, that was a good, fun, close match. Even had some like on the voice chat, there were other people just, had their like mics on and they were like, yeah, it was a good game, guys. We tried, but we didn't get it. But, it was nice and close. And I was like, wow, that's a crazy amount of positivity coming from the Call of Duty community here.
Playing on PC?
Yeah. But it's cross platform. It's cross platform though. So everyone was in there. There was like PlayStation guys in there. There was Xbox guys in there. It was mostly Xbox guys, I think.
Is Call of Duty non-toxic now? At least mostly non-toxic now?
I don't know. I didn't hear any bit of Oh, you know what it is too? When you load the game up, it says your voice messages will be recorded. It records your voice for moderation purposes. So
maybe that's it.
Though I don't think that's going to stop anyone. I don't think anyone actually is reading that message like, oh no, I better not call anyone the F slur.
Like, yeah, I think you're right. Like I think about like some of the toxic shit I've heard, and I'm like, yeah, threat of recording is like not gonna stop those types of people.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
But
I'm glad you had a good time. Like that's good.
It's so much fun, and the menus, man. The menus in this game are fucking insane.
Yeah, are they like insanely good or
no, insanely bad, like confusing, and why are they so complicated? First of all, there's like 3 different launchers. So not too long ago, like a week or two back, they merged all of the Call of Duties into one big Call of Duty launcher. So you launch the Call of Duty launcher, and then from there you pick the game you want to play. And at least I was playing in BattleNet. I was playing with Uncle Dolph. He was playing on Steam. Neither of the Steam nor BattleNet updates the game from its like client. Like Steam doesn't update the Call of Duty, and BattleNet doesn't update the Call of Duty. So when you launch the game, it goes, hey, there's an update, so restart the fucking game. And it's like, motherfuckers, you're in BattleNet, you're in Steam, why don't you just fucking update the shit, right? So like that happens, and then so when you launch the game again, and you're in like the Call of Duty launcher, you pick the game you want to play, Modern Warfare 3, then it goes, Modern Warfare 3 has an update, so restart the game, and you have to restart again for like the individual game update now. And I'm like, why the fuck is it made this way? You have a
obnoxious. Like that sounds obnoxious as all.
Yeah, you gotta like launch 3 launchers just to get into the game you want to play, and then it doesn't update itself when you're like not in the game. It's insane.
That's obnoxious.
So like that was that, and then once you're actually in the game, navigating it is insane. I don't know. Me and like Uncle Dog spent like 20 minutes trying to find each other, trying to invite each other to the match, and it was just insanity.
Yeah.
So, um, but once we got in, it does a thing where it's like all the game modes are in playlists.
Yeah.
So if you just want to play team deathmatch, for example, you can't just play team deathmatch. You have to
You
pick
gotta
the
put the
playlist.
playlist to it, and then
Yeah,
like get like have it select games from that. Like, yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah,
Halo does the same thing. It's fucking annoying.
yeah. But at least Halo has a lot more playlists, so it has more. So I don't know if that's a better thing, but at least has more. Um, this shit only had like 4 or 5.
It's just like kind of like the old school like XBLA days. I remember what like those used to look like, and I'm like, what's wrong with that? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that was easier.
I think
I
it,
don't
it
know.
tries to it tries to funnel people into, because if you have too many options, then it thins out the player. The matchmaking, it thins
Yeah,
everything out, so people aren't like matching with each other because everyone wants to play a different thing.
yeah,
So like I understand why they do it. It's just most people I feel like would just like a here's team deathmatch.
yeah.
I feel like that's the most basic fucking thing. So I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a developer. I'm not like I don't know what it's like to put that stuff together, like what the back end looks like on that, but
Yeah,
I, it seems very like unfriendly, like unuser friendly to me. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it just seems
So
like more clicks than what I need to get to what I want to do.
yeah,
But I'm glad like you had fun with it. Like I haven't played a Call of Duty game in ever, dude. It's been fucking ages since I played Call of Duty.
yeah. It's great.
Every once in a while, like Black Ops, like the Black Ops Zombies, like whatever pack will come on sale, and I think about picking it up, but I never do.
yeah, yeah. When I saw the beta was there, I was like, oh, you know what? Let me try this because it's been too long,
Yeah,
and yeah, it's very good. I might
yeah,
actually I might actually buy that game. I don't know. Maybe
yeah.
not. Probably not. But it's got me wanting to play more of
Well,
just
Warzone is like free, isn't it? You can play Warzone.
yeah, but Warzone's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not Call of Duty though. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, but
yeah, I know what
uh,
you mean. It's like Battle Royale Call of Duty, like the same
yeah,
thing as just deathmatch or
yeah.
yeah, I know what you mean. Or One in the Chamber. Remember One in the Chamber?
No.
So it was an old game mode from old Call of Duty. I don't know if it's still a thing, but basically the point of the game is it's 6 players free for all. But the gimmick is that everyone has a M1911, the standard pistol. It's insta kill. It has a single round of ammo, and you have a knife, and each player has 3 lives.
Oh, you mean Golden Gun?
Golden gun. It was called One in the Chamber back in
Well,
my day.
yeah, well, and GoldenEye 007 on the Nintendo 64. Yeah, they had that mode. It was called Golden Gun.
But with the gimmick with this is that the gun only had one bullet in it. Like, is that how Golden Gun worked in Double
Yeah,
007?
I think so. I don't remember. It was single shot, one hit kill. But I don't remember. I think it was. You had one bullet and then you had to resort to your chopping. So I think so.
With this one, everybody had that, and I think they all had scavengers. So if you can kill someone before they can kill you, you can take their bullet. But you'll only ever have a chance to like scavenge one bullet from somebody. Like it can get pretty fun. Like it's 6 players. You got 6 players free for all. Everyone has 3 lives. It can get pretty intense. I played that quite a bit back in the day.
All right. Yeah, I didn't see if they had that mode there.
Yeah, probably not because it's an open beta, so they're probably just testing out like deathmatch and It's a
Yeah.
very popular game mode.
Super 56.
Super 56.
Super
Yes.
56 launched on Steam finally. And I played this during one of the demo derbies, like 2 demo derbies ago. And it's like a WarioWare.
Yeah, you're telling me about it a while ago. You said it was really fun.
The main difference is it's one button, literally one button.
Yeah.
Even in the menus, you navigate the menus with one button, the A button. And every mini game is just a variation of pressing the A button, whether you like tap it, mash it, hold it to do different things. It's the A button.
So it's like put A out, but it cut down the buttons by like a third.
Yes.
Put A had like left, right, and then a single button. But this is
Yes.
just you just use the A button. You're not using any directional pad movements.
Yeah. But this is better than that game because it just has much more variety in the games. And it's more traditional like WarioWare type shit where you have no idea what the fuck the game is.
Yeah.
It just gives you like one vague hint at the beginning and you're like, okay, I gotta figure this out with the one button I have. Which is never anything like too complicated, but it's just the way they present it. You're like, what exactly is gonna happen when I hit this button? And another one of the big things this game does is leaderboards. There's a huge emphasis on being better than everyone else, I guess. So there's a lot of leaderboards, and you can see where your rank is compared to everyone else who's ever played the game. It
Oh yeah.
keeps track of your score and shit.
Ooh.
For like individual games and then for like the whole shebang. And yeah, there's 52 games, and some of them have like weird gimmicks where you don't exactly you don't exactly know what is happening, but um there's like a practice mode so you can like load up any of the games and practice them, but you don't get any there's achievements. You don't get the achievements or any bonuses or whatever for practicing. It's yeah,
Sounds cool.
it's really
I need to
cool.
play it. I like those types of like WarioWare games. Like no one else really does anything like that but WarioWare.
Yeah.
And even then, like WarioWare's kind of moved away from that formula. Because you gotta have a new gimmick with like every one of their games. So
Yeah. And I like this because it does everything with one button.
yeah.
So there's even like an FPS thing. And they
What?
were like, how the fuck do you do this with one button? But yeah, they find cool ways to uh invent new games with one button. It's pretty cool.
Okay,
So
I'll check it out. You convinced me. I'll check it out.
and
I want more games like that. I haven't been playing too much. Oh, a game I forgot to put on the list that I am playing. I don't know if I talked about it yet. I'm playing Brotato on my phone.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's good. It's really good. It's a vampire survivor like. It's an
Yeah.
ass game, and it's a lot of fun. So with this one, there aren't as many like there's no like unlockables between like runs. So it's not like you do a run, you could use like resources to level up like your stats or anything. No, that doesn't have that. It's a straight just run, but it has a ton of characters, all of them with varying different like abilities, skill sets. Like there's this one character that like moves really fast and they attack really hard with melee weapons, but their range is reduced by like 100% with long range weapons. So you want to use melee weapons with them the whole time. There's this other one that's like, they get like they get a penalty. It's it's their king. They get a penalty for every tier 1 item or weapon you have equipped, but they get a huge bonus to attack damage for every like tier 5, which is like the highest tier you can get. But they have increased luck and increased money generation to make up for it. So you have better chances to buy and find that stuff. It's really cool. and you can hold up to like 8 weapons at a time. Every character has 8 arms, except for one character who has 12. So you're just running around like fucking things up with these 8 weapons, and it's so exciting to figure out like which weapons work well together. Each weapon has like a special type that it is. So like bladed weapons. Bladed weapons, if you have enough of them equipped, they can increase your, I think it's like attack speed and chance to steal life. Medieval weapons increase your armor, and they can be multiple things. Like you can have like a sword that's like a medieval sword, and it's a bladed weapon and a medieval weapon. So it'll count for things in that skill set. It's a lot of fun. I haven't finished a run yet, but I've gotten really close, and it's so much fun, dude. I got it for like $1.50 because I bought 20 minutes till dawn on my phone, and they had like a special bundle. But since I already own 20 minutes till dawn, it just gave me the bundle price for Brotato. So I was
Oh,
like, fuck it.
nice.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck it, I'll pick it up then. And I'm having fun with it. It's so much fun. Like, I don't know what it is about these types of games. Okay, I do know what it is. It's that mob density you get in Diablo
Oh, yeah,
without like the
yeah.
bullshit of having to level up in Diablo. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you get that like instant gratification of like synergizing abilities and watching shit just like melt without having to like level up a character. I think that's why I like these games so much.
I could never play any of these games on my phone. It would frustrate the fuck out of me.
I'm 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 fine with it. It's fine for
Really?
me.
The thing is, like, I don't like, because when you play a phone game, you're like, fingers have to block a portion of the screen, and it always frustrates the fuck out of me.
I've
To-
never had that issue with it, and a lot of them are. What's cool with these types of games is that they're like auto shooters. So I don't have two hands like on the screen. You know, I just have one finger on there to like move the character around, and that's it.
yeah, but that finger is always gonna block a portion of the screen, though.
What's cool though is that with Brotato, at least, it has a what's the term I'm looking for? It has a you can put your finger anywhere on the screen, and it becomes a
Yeah.
joystick. So if there's like one part of the screen I don't want to be covered, I can just move my hand to the other part of the screen. Um, I've gotten used to it, and honestly, the convenience of like of having that, of being able to play it like anywhere. I could like be taking a dump and be like, oh, I'm gonna play like a couple rounds of Brotato really quick, or I'll start up a run for 20 minutes till dawn, and pick it up later. Like that convenience is worth it.
No.
I play a lot at work. I'll play a lot at work on my lunch break. That's when I get most of my like game time in. Because to be honest, when I'm home, I'm playing like Diablo or I'm playing like Cyberpunk or something else. I'm not playing like Brotato or anything.
That's why you get a Steam Deck.
I need to get a Steam Deck. I
Yeah.
think I would benefit greatly from a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
I do want one, and I will get one eventually.
Or not like specifically a Steam Deck, but any Steam Deck or Steam Deck alternative.
It's only to get me so far though. Like I can't play Diablo on it
You
because
can.
Diablo I have it on BattleNet. I have it on BattleNet. I don't have it on Steam.
Oh yeah.
And
Well,
I
you
don't
can
think
play.
any
You
of
can
those
do
are compatible
BattleNet.
with BattleNet right now.
You
They're
can do it on
compatible with
BattleNet.
BattleNet. They're
Not,
compatible with BattleNet.
not.
Not out of the box, but
Well, if you get a Steam Deck alternative, they just run Windows, so you
okay.
can do whatever the fuck you want on those.
That might be what I do because I have so many games like BattleNet, Game Pass, Epic. Like I should just get one of those so I can like really play them.
Yeah. Like GPD. Check out the GPD devices, man. They're really fucking good.
It's on my list. Honestly, I'd rather get that than like PS5.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Definitely.
think I get more mileage out of that than PS5 because the PS5 is going to be for like a couple games, and even then, those games are going to be coming to
PC.
PC eventually.
Yeah.
As much as I fucking want the new Spider-Man game, I could wait like a year or something for it to come to PC. I don't mind.
For the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And that's what I'm probably gonna end up doing. I might end up getting one of those like sometime later down the line, but until then, iOS is gonna be my forever. Um, I'm also playing Cyberpunk. I bought Phantom Liberty, And dude, it's so fucking good. It is so fucking good. And it's going for someone who really likes Cyberpunk. Like just getting more like lore and more story out of it is like, fuck yeah, dude. Sign me up. Um, Dogtown is so fucking cool. It's like this section of Pacifica where the Voodoo Boys like hang out. I don't know how far you got in the campaign. The section of Pacifica called Dogtown. It's like closed off to the rest of the public. And it's basically like the best way I can look at it is they successfully seceded from the United States because they got too many fucking psychos running it to like fuck with them. It's basically like a bunch of fucking psycho gang members that were, or one specific like psycho, like borderline militant, like gangster who was like, hey, this whole chunk of like Pacifica, I'm calling it mine now. And you can come and try to take it, government, but you're going to be fighting with me and like all of my followers. So they're like, all right, you can just have it then.
Shit.
Yeah. And the president's plane gets shot down over Dogtown. So you kind of get strong armed by the government to come and help her. Like someone hits you up and they're like, hey, I know about the relic. I know it's killing you. I have government resources that can help you if you help me get the president out of Dogtown. And I'm gonna minor spoiler, that's like the first like couple missions. After that, there's some twists and some turns, and you still need help to get the relic, and it becomes like a fucking spy thriller. It's really, really fucking good. It's really good. The area of Dogtown is really neat. It's really cool to see this like dilapidated, fucking rundown, borderline looks like some post-apocalyptic shit. And there's a dude on the intercom just like spewing propaganda at everybody. There's this vendor there that's really fucking cool because the whole point is that this is like a whole separate thing. So they aren't like subject to government regulations. They sell all kinds of like black market, like cyberware that the government doesn't want you to have. So there's this dude who's his name's like Harold. He's all fucking chromed out. He's missing a lower jaw, and he's got some fucking like some fucking voice to speech thing that like talks for him, but he still has like this a normal human inflection with like a tinniness to it. And he's just completely fucking chromed out, dude. He's got chrome and wires all over him, and he's like so happy. He's like, "Wait, hey man, what can I buy you?" And you're like, "You got all kinds of chrome, dude. Like, what's the story there?" And he's like, "Take your pick, man. Accident, body dysmorphia. I felt like it. Take your pick." And you're like, "So which one is it?" He's like, "Whichever one gets me a sale, dog. Check this out." And he fucking shoots like he holds his hand to his chest and he shoots a fucking flame out of his elbow. And he's like, "Isn't that shit cool?" I'm like, "Oh my god, I love you, dude."
That was always I was always disappointed that you couldn't make your character as cool looking as a lot of the NPCs that you would see.
So with this, like the chrome stuff, like that's not gonna change, honestly. And I wish that was something you can do. Just completely chrome yourself out, just go crazy with it.
Yeah.
That's something you can't do. But the clothing options that are there, there's a ton of clothing options in the game, and Dogtown adds even more to it. But what it does, it adds a lot of like so in the game, clothing doesn't affect your stats unless it's specific, like specific type of clothing. So like a shirt will never affect your stats, but a bulletproof vest will. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like same thing, like a hat won't affect your stats, but a helmet will, or like a visor might help with like your quick hacking stuff. And when you get to Dogtown, it's got a ton of clothing options that I haven't seen before, and even some like armor stuff, like a bunch of bulletproof vests, a bunch of like there's like some bandoliers you can put on that that reduce the cooldown for your grenades or healing items. Like there's all kinds of shit you can find. And the cyberware you can find there is all super neat. There's like a black market weapons dealer, Harold, who sells like black market weapons, but the black market weapons are like iconic weapons you missed in the game. So if you didn't pick up an iconic weapon from a mission, he sells it there for you. And he's like, "Don't worry about how I found it. Just know that I got it. You can buy it if you want."
That's dope. He-Man 1320 in the chat. What's up?
Yeah, what up, He-Man? But yeah, dude, Phantom Liberty is fucking, it's good. It's really, really good. And I'm super into it. If you liked Cyberpunk, you'll like Phantom Liberty. Like it's like $30 right now, and it's 110%. Like it adds so much extra stuff to the game. Um, it increased the level cap from like 50 to 60, so that's cool. You're able to max out a couple more of your stats if you wanted to. You can pull your build a little bit farther. I'm just having so much fun with the game, dude. Like, is it the exact game that I was expecting to come out when they first showed off all that shit? No, it's not. But it's really, really fucking close to like what I was expecting from Cyberpunk. It's so good now, especially with Phantom Liberty. Um, all the new iconic weapons this expansion introduced, incredible, dude, incredible. I found this hatchet. It's an iconic hatchet. It's a regular throwing weapon, but the gimmick is when you do a critical hit with it, it fucking explodes like fucking Thor's hammer, which is lightning everywhere. And with my build, I have like if I hit someone in the head while I have my Sendeva stand running, it's like a 90% chance to crit. So I'm just constantly just throwing it, blowing dudes' heads up with like a big explosion of electricity. And with the skills I have set up, if I kill someone with a throwing weapon, it spawns back in my hand. So I'm literally just like Thor, just throwing this thing, smiting people. It's insane, dude. It's insane. Like the shit this game lets you do. It's if you want a game that really lets you like express yourself, build your character how you want, this game will do it. It has got so many. It has such a huge swath of combat options, options to traverse the environment, to problem solving. There's just so many options available to you to play the game that like if you don't like it, fucking reset your stats and pick something you do like. It is incredible. I have 3 different characters right now, and they're all playing in drastically different ways. Because fuck it, the game lets you do it, so why not? Like, I'm having fun just doing that, just seeing the crazy things I can do with each character. Like, I want this character to be like a gunslinger character who's like an old like just fires off like pistols and fucks people up with that. How far can I take that build? And turns out pretty fucking far. You can take it. It's incredible the way the game lets you just express yourself in the combat and how you want to play, customize your play style. It's good. Like it is very quickly not only becoming like my game of the year, but probably one of my favorite games of all time, Cyberpunk, if I'm being totally honest.
Wow.
Yeah, it seriously might just be like one of my favorite games. Like I'm not even kidding. I put so much time into it already, and I'm always finding new stuff to like about it. It's definitely up there and like probably one of my top 10 games now. But yeah, it's
All
good.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
some
that's
high praise right there.
yeah, dude. I love Cyberpunk now. Moving on to gaming news. Oh, Keyman said I restarted the game, never finished, and it will be a while until I get to Phantom Liberty. Um, it's good, man, and you can get to it when you get to the Pacifica stuff. So I don't know how far you got in the campaign, but if you get to Pacifica with the Voodoo Boys, it unlocks like after you do the Voodoo Boy stuff, which is like super cool. Um, but yeah, get into it, man. It's dope. It's so good. Pretty coming soon to Game Pass. We have Like a Dragon Ishin available now. I downloaded it actually. I downloaded it last night, and I haven't played it yet. But I'm probably going to later today. Maybe we'll see. F1 Manager 2023 is available now for cloud console and PC. City Skylines 2 will be dropping October 24th on PC.
Good get.
And very good get. Dead Space is
Good
dropping on
get.
cloud, PC, and Xbox October 26th. Didn't know that was happening until I
Yep.
saw the show notes here.
Yep.
Incredible. I can't wait. I'm playing through Dead Space right now. I mentioned like I haven't played Dead Space since like last week, but this will be like a fun game to get into when I compare it to like the original game again.
I'm glad I waited on this
Yeah,
because
same.
I
I'm
was.
glad I was about to buy it, dude. I was about to buy it. I'm glad I waited.
Yeah.
Um, Frog Detective, the entire mystery, not some of the mystery, the entire mystery is dropping on cloud and console October 26th.
Yeah.
Mineko's Night Market is releasing on cloud, console, and PC October 26th. Headbangers Rhythm Royale is dropping cloud console and PC October 31st. You played this game and you liked this game, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Yeah. Is
It
that
is
another one
incredible.
you're happy you didn't buy?
It's like well, it's not out. It's launching on Game Pass.
Oh, it's
So
launching on Pass. Okay, that's cool.
yeah. So I didn't even know that until I saw this. So that is incredible. That's gonna be awesome.
That is awesome. So I'll definitely check that out. You sang a lot of praise for that game, so I'll definitely check it out once it launches. Jusant is releasing on cloud console and PC October 31st as well. So look forward to that. Dude, I don't want to sound biased here. Why do I feel like the offerings for Game Pass are like consistently better than what Sony's offering on PlayStation?
I mean, it's because they are.
And the fact that it's like on PC too, like
To be
come
fair,
on.
if they fucking put Spider-Man on their PlayStation Plus, I'd be like, I'm gonna go buy a PS5.
Yeah,
Or
but they're
if
never
they
gonna
put any of those games on there, I'd be like, yeah, I'll buy a PS5 for this and subscribe
yeah,
to
it's
this thing.
dedication with Xbox that like these games are launching on. Which pisses me off because like the only game I can think of that Sony had that launched with their service, that launched on their service was Stray. And people were like praising Sony for it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, way to go, Sony! Like, you're launching this game on the service. You're so good to your fans. Like, motherfucker, Microsoft's been doing that for like 3 years already. Like, are you serious? And not like indie
um.
games, but AAA games. Sea of Thieves fucking dropped on Game Pass. But whatever.
Yeah, but even a lot of these are fucking like City Skylines is fucking huge, man. That is a big
Yeah,
fucking get. Day one, that is
yeah.
fucking huge. Like a lot of people don't know City Skylines is like the fucking game if you want a city builder. That's the one. That is the one. And it's launching on Game Pass day one. Uh like the day one stuff is huge. It's fucking huge. So
Yeah.
one thing in the footnotes here on this page, uh leaving October 31st, Gunfire Reborn.
Yes, I saw that. I was sad. I might. I want to buy it, man. I made so much progress on it, but the Steam version's so much farther from the Microsoft version. I'm like, I'm torn. I don't know what to do.
Just see, I would see if there's a way to like transfer your save, like if you can copy, if there's a file somewhere that you can just copy into the Steam version, because sometimes it does that, where it saves the data in different spots. So if you can just access that save, copy it to where the Steam version wants it, it
I have
might
to look into it.
it might work like
But
that.
the thing is, too, that like the Steam version is like, I don't know how far it goes to like being a different version because the reason the Microsoft version, the Game Pass version, is so far behind Steam is because the Microsoft version needs to be on pace with the Xbox console version. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not getting prioritized as much, and that's why it's so far behind. I'll look into it. I'll look into it. But yeah, if it's like Gunfire Reborn, man, I was just waiting for the rest of the content to come to the Microsoft edition. But now that it's not on Game Pass anymore, I don't know how many people are actually playing it on Microsoft.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the incentive is even there to like continue updating it. I'm
Persona
not saying they're
5
gonna give up
Royale.
on it, but yeah.
Persona's leaving and Signalis is leaving. Both very good games if you haven't played them.
The five is leaving?
Signalis you could probably finish before it leaves. Persona, good fucking luck.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Is it just Persona 5 that's leaving, or are the other Persona games too?
It says Persona 5 Royale.
So 4 is still going to be there, 3
Yeah.
FPS is going to be there. Okay, that's cool. I played Persona 5 like to hell and back on PlayStation, so I thought about restarting it on Xbox, but no, I'm good. I got way too many games I'm playing right now to like invest time into that. As much as I love that game,
Yeah.
I can't. I don't have time for a third playthrough. um, but yeah, some good games coming, some good games leaving. So keep up with that, guys. And it's some other news. Microsoft's Activision Blizzard deal is officially approved by UK regulators. So it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah.
Coming. As someone who subscribed to Game Pass and has an Xbox, I'm into it. I can see the concern from people outside looking in, but this isn't something like new. Like this is the kind of thing that's been happening forever. Like Sony has had so many exclusive deals with like Activision games, and I don't know. I don't see what the huge deal is. Like people think it's like this big antitrust monopoly thing, but that's not the case. Like Sony can still make games, and every time people talk about like what separates these consoles from each other, they want to talk about Sony's exclusives. You know, Spider-Man, Last of Us, God of War. But now if they can't get Call of Duty, suddenly like, oh, those don't matter now. Like, make up your
Yeah.
mind.
Especially since like the reviews are out for Spider-Man. It's like the highest reviewed game ever.
Yeah, like there's
So
nothing but praise for Spider-Man right now, and
I
any of
think
Sony's other exclusives. So
I think they'll be fine.
yeah, I think they'll be fine too. And they already decided. Like, here's the thing to think about too. People are like, oh well, if they want to win the console war, they could just make Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox, and they'll never have to compete. You're thinking small potatoes, dude. Like, come on here, come on now.
Yeah.
By limiting all their games to Xbox and Microsoft products, that's less copies they get to sell. Microsoft's going to get a little back end on every copy of that game that they sell. So it doesn't make fiscal sense to make it unavailable on PlayStation and lose out on that PlayStation revenue. Like, it doesn't make financial sense.
Yeah. Well, they did it with Starfield, so
Starfield's a special case though because that was being developed exclusively for Microsoft and Xbox. So
no, it started out as like
it,
multi-platform.
I thought it was just Microsoft that started.
Yeah, I think in the whole leaks that happened for the court shit, there were like emails that were like, I think it was like Pete Hines was like upset. He sent like an upset email to Microsoft that was like, why? Because they promised Call of Duty would remain multi-platform as part of the dealings here, and then they were like, Pete Hines was upset that he was like, why doesn't Starfield get the same treatment? I mean, we want to be, he was like upset that they didn't get the same consideration when Call of Duty
Which
did.
makes sense. They worked hard on the game. They wanted to get like as much appeal as possible. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna be kind of a dick now. That game could barely run the consoles currently playing
Yeah,
on.
that's the other thing. It was if they had to focus on another platform for that game, it would have been way worse. It would have been way worse.
Let's be honest here. Like, this is the only situation where I think like limiting their focus to one platform was a good idea.
Yeah.
Was a good thing for everybody involved. Like, but at the same time, it's like if you want to talk about like money here, yeah, you can argue why didn't they make Starfield multi-platform? Are you gonna look me in the eye and say with a straight face that Starfield is gonna have the same appeal as Call of Duty? Like really? A new IP from Bethesda that isn't Skyrim or Elder Scrolls or any of their other like popular properties.
Not the
Thinking
same
it's gonna
appeal as
have,
Call of Duty, but I mean it has massive appeal.
I want to get the sales figures for that game right now because I don't think like it very
It was
quickly
the
left
best
the
selling game of
cultural
the year,
zeitgeist.
I think. Or
Really?
it was the best selling the I was on Reddit and the stats came out for it. It was the best selling something for either the season or something like that.
Look
So
into it.
it sold, and that's not even counting Game Pass sales because Game Pass doesn't count as sales technically.
Okay,
So yeah, it was still like top selling something.
I'll have to look in.
Even Yeah, even when you count the exclusivity and you count Game Pass, it was still the best selling. So it
I'll
still
have to
did.
look into it then because like I feel like Sony has had so many exclusives now. Like Call of Duty isn't gonna make or break them. Like anyone who thinks that Call of Duty is gonna like make or break Sony doesn't have the confidence in their IPs that they claim they do.
Yeah,
That's what I think at least. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens with it. If I'm wrong, like fuck it, I'll eat crow. Like, but I don't think I'm gonna be eating crow on this. um, that's like a super old expression nobody uses anymore. But that was
I've
like a
never heard that.
yeah, it's a super old expression. Don't know where it came from, but I've heard it before, so I wanted to use it again. I'm probably using it wrong, but if anyone knows, Google it for me. But yeah, so that got approved by the UK, so it's officially 110% like a thing now.
They said they're
So
not going to move very fast on doing much with this yet. So, you're probably not going to see anything crazy happening until
yeah,
at least next year.
yeah, at least. But for real though, like Diablo on Game Pass when
Yeah. Yeah.
jokes aside, like
Or just like resurrecting some of their old, you know, some of their old shit, StarCraft, or
I
like
would love to
getting
see
like Infinity Ward to make a Halo game or some shit like that. I mean,
that
the
whole that would
possibilities are
be
endless.
yeah, that would be so cool to see, dude.
Like id and Infinity Ward and all those guys just under one roof, just building shit. They haven't done anything like that yet. They're not like fucking doing this incestuous shit where they just making fucking shit. They're just putting everyone together and say, hey, you're the shooter guys, id and Infinity Ward and like Raven or whatever the fuck. Make a shooter or make the
Yeah,
next Halo, or like they haven't done that yet, and I thought they would. Or like Obsidian and Bethesda get together and fucking make a fucking incestuous version of Fallout.
if you want to,
Crazy. It'd be insane.
if you want to be like really funny, facetious about this. Oh no, Bungie split off from Activision, didn't they? Damn it.
PlayStation owns Bungie.
Yeah, I was gonna say they could have. I forgot that Activision and Bungie like split.
Yeah.
PlayStation owns Bungie now. Which another thing, owns Bungie now, so like Destiny. Like, come on, dude, really?
Destiny. They're building Marathon. Uh, they've got people there who know how to make games.
Yeah, they
So
have their own exclusives. That's the thing. Like, exclusives in the market have been a thing forever, and people acting like this is like some new thing that's gonna like ruin the game industry. It's just like
yeah,
it's a
but
bad
Bungie's
faith.
Bungie's making multi-platform though. Bungie's not like Marathon's gonna be multi-platform. I do
Well, that's
believe.
fine. But if they had come out and said like, "Oh, it's only going to be PlayStation only," I wouldn't complain. I'd be like, "Okay, that's you own the company. That's your choice to like do it."
Yeah,
You know what I mean, I would understand this is part of the business. Like, I'm not going to be able to. There's no machine that can play everything everyone's putting out except for PC. But the only reason why it doesn't is because like those developers just pulled those games back from PC releases. So
yeah. The only time I think is really shitty is when it's like a franchise that's already been multi-platform, but then for like someone does a deal behind closed doors, and now this entry in this multi-platform franchise is exclusive. Like I don't know, Sony's doing with Final Fantasy
yeah,
is kind of shitty because I can't even play that on PC. I don't
yeah,
give a fuck about Xbox. I just want it on PC.
yeah. That's another thing that pisses me off too. And like sometimes it happens for reasons outside of like corporate greed. Like Bayonetta is a good example where
Yeah,
like Bayonetta 2 and 3 weren't gonna happen unless Nintendo stepped in and bought them out. So well,
yeah,
they didn't buy them out, they like paid for exclusivity, but well kind of like the story is that they paid to make the games and all they asked is that like, hey, you just keep it on Nintendo platform,
yeah.
which is reasonable. They paid for the fucking game. Like But yeah, that's just there's a lot of like really scummy things that like both sides are doing, and to pretend like Microsoft is exclusively the bad guy here is like it's disingenuous. It's disingenuous as fuck. Come on. Um, I think it's disingenuous and an exaggeration of like what's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be this huge deal everyone thinks it is. And if it is a big deal, like I said, I'll eat crow on this. Like, you can call me out later and tell me how dumb and stupid I was for thinking anything different. But it's gonna have a major shake up. And if you do think this is like if you're a hardcore Sony fanboy and you're like, oh, this is it, this is the death nail for Sony now, you didn't have that much confidence in their games.
Yeah.
By telling me that you think that like Call of Duty is worth more than Last of Us, Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, all those games combined is what you're telling me now. Call of Duty is worth more than all those games combined, if you're being serious.
I mean, it kind of is, but that's not to say that it's better than any of those games, but it definitely is more profitable.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with that deal. New trailers and videos. Earth Defense Force 6 got announced in a trailer. You're
Yeah.
the Earth Defense Force guy, so I don't know. Does this look good?
Um, good in what way? It looks good in the way that um it looks like an Earth Defense Force game. The But it looks bad because it looks too good, Like the thing
Like
about Earth Defense Force is that it's like supposed to be fucked up,
there's some jank there.
It's supposed to be sub 30 frames when the shit hits the fan, and it's just too smooth, I think it's losing some of its identity here, but it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, Earth Defense Force is fuck. I think this game has been out in Japan for a while, and it's finally coming overseas. So that's the big thing. Simultaneous PC and PlayStation release date. So
Check it out, man.
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. The people who know Earth Defense Force say that this is probably the best one yet. So
Hold on. There's something beeping in my house. Let me go take a look at that. Give me
Uh-oh.
1 minute. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I didn't play EDF 5. I think the last one I played was the Wing Diver one, which, they added the Wing Diver, which when they added the Wing Diver, it kind of didn't make any sense to play any other class because the Wing Diver was just so fucking good. Cuz you could fly. You're not running on the ground like a foot soldier. So I haven't played the game since then, but I want to, especially since it's coming to PC. So probably see how people feel about this, and then we'll jump in on it. But it looks good. Looks good. Looks like EDF. So
I'm back.
what's the status?
Oh, it's my dryer. My wife tried some clothes this morning, and she was doing a bunch of laundry, but mainly it was so she can get her work clothes dried and washed. So she opened the dryer, pulled her work clothes out, and then like closed it. But if you don't turn it off, it keeps beeping to tell you that the dryer's done. Yeah, that's what I was hearing. I was like, what the fuck is that? It's my dryer. But yeah, disaster averted. Mystery.
Custom Mech Wars.
This game looks cool.
Okay, so
this game looks cool.
I would go so far as to say is this is also an EDF, but different in that it's like a mech based EDF.
It's gonna sound dumb as fuck, but I know exactly what you mean.
And that the thing here is that you can build your own mechs, and it gives you a high level of customization, and you can go out and take those mechs. They show one with it's just a gun on legs.
Yeah, it's like silly.
And I'm
And
like,
I like that. The game like embraces the silliness.
yeah,
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
but like not mech legs, like woman legs, and you're like, what is happening here?
Well, the whole presentation is done by like a mech with a woman's head. Like,
Yeah. Um, I don't know what this game is. I just saw the trailer and I was like, this looks like something that I'm gonna want to play.
yeah, same.
So
It looks kind of dumb, a little bit of jank, but like I'm into it.
it looks like
This is
EDF, but with mechs.
yeah.
That's the best way I can describe this. So, I think there's not enough of these.
Yeah, and this is like, when I saw this, I was like, oh, is this like low budget Armored Core?
Yeah,
Kind of, but like Armored Core is like it tries to be like a serious like simulator. This is like, no, it's just stupid bullshit, and I'm cool
yeah,
with it.
yeah.
I'm cool with it. Like, I think there's probably not a lot of overlap between like people who will like this and people who will like Armored Core. I don't think there's be too much overlap there, but this looks fun. It looks fun and dumb, and I'm into it. Oh, I saw the gun with legs. There's just some weird, goofy shit here, man, and I'm into it.
Yeah. So, yeah, look forward to custom mech wars.
There's gonna be so many just cock mechs. I just know it. There're gonna be
Oh
just
yeah.
mechs all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, all over the place.
December 14th for this.
There's so side note, there's a show on Apple TV. Hold on. God damn it, what is it called? Mythic Quest. It's a comedy show.
Is that the one with the Steve? No. Ryan? No. Mac.
From
Yeah.
And there's the whole point of the show is that like these characters, these guys created this like MMO, and it's just the day to day stuff behind the scenes building an MMO. The humor is like okay. The first episode had this really funny bit that made me laugh. So this character that lets you reform the terrain to give you this customization to the world, right? And there's some argument that the developer wanted to stay as a tool, right, to help you like fuck with the terrain, but the lead wanted to change it to a weapon that lets you do super cool kills. And he's like, you can't have it mess with the terrain. That's too low of a TTP. He's like a TTP is like time to penis. Like the time to penis is way too low on that. As soon as you release it, penis is everywhere. You can't do that. And I'm like, I know it's a joke, but that's probably something developers actually think about is like how players are gonna make it into this, like are gonna make penises with it.
Yeah. Is that show
But
good?
that's what I see with this. It's like it's gonna have a very low TDP. We're gonna see just penis mechs everywhere. But I'm okay with it.
Is that a good show?
Yo, can you hear me? Or am I
Okay,
just like
I think you fucked
quiet?
up. I think you fucked up.
Hello? What the fuck?
Yeah, I think you fucked up. Yeah,
I can't hear you. Something's fucked up with my shit.
redo
Can you hear
your
me? Hello?
restart your shit.
I can hear you now. There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what happened, dude. Like everything sounded fine. I don't know what the hell's going on.
You need some new equipment.
Maybe. I don't know what happened. Like I was fine and like I could hear like me. But I couldn't hear you for like a minute there. I had to like I went into my settings and like the output device was changed for some fucking reason. I don't know what happened.
Is that a good show?
It's alright.
Okay.
It's like okay. The humor there is like if you go into it expecting something that's gonna like if you go into it expecting like somewhat realistic like humor there, like humor that would actually be how can I word it? Very specific to gamers. You're not gonna see that. The show's got a very broad appeal humor to it, so even if you're not a gamer, you can still be into it. And the farthest the gaming stuff goes into are like cute little references and not. But
Custom Mech Wars has an EDF collab edition. Oh my god.
oh shit!
Okay, well,
There you go. Earth Defense Force is fuck.
yeah.
Who's working on this game? Is it the same developer?
I think it's no. I don't think it is.
Yeah, D3 publisher.
Well, they're
It's the same
publishing
publisher.
it, but yeah. Okay, great, great.
Incredible. 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 I'm I want to play this game. Is it on Steam? Or it's going to be on Steam, right? Steam and
Yeah,
PlayStation?
yeah. And it's not a full price game either.
It's not?
It's not.
Huh.
Um, it is $45.
Ooh.
Well,
Ooh.
50 normally, but 45 it's on sale for the pre-order.
Ooh.
So,
I might be worth it. $45 now.
yeah. Yeah.
According to Steam, and the similar to games I played, this game is similar to Lost Ark. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever. Go home, Steam. But whatever. Moving on. We got game releases, everybody. So releasing October 19th.
There's a
We
lot
already
of them. So
a lot. So let's not go over all of these. Let's go through a couple. Gargoyles Remastered is releasing on PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. That looks really cool.
yeah.
I forgot that was happening. Another game I forgot was happening was Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged. It's another game I forgot was happening.
I forgot the first one happened.
World of Horror is also officially releasing on everything, so that's really cool. We haven't heard of World
That
of
shit
Horror.
looks great.
Yeah, it's a roguelike horror RPG inspired by Junji Ito and H.P. Lovecraft, and it has this really cool I guess MS DOS kind of art look to it. You'll see what I mean but
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Recent reviews have been very mixed on it. I don't know why, because the game's been getting a lot of praise early access. So I don't know what the and stuff is, but whatever.
There's one in here called Leica Aged Through Blood.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, that's that. That's
They
that furry post-apocalyptic game that you're saying was super dark and violent.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is fucking violent as fuck. They call it a motorvania because you're on a motorcycle the whole time. It's like imagine the Trials game, but you have a gun. And
yeah, I remember seeing that. It's got bullet time to it too.
yeah, it is very fucking difficult. It's difficult and violent and pretty fucking cool. Because you have to do tricks to reload your gun. I think you have to when you run out of ammo, you have to do a backflip, and that's how you reload.
Oh yeah, and you're telling me there's not a button to do the backflip, to manually do a backflip.
Yeah, you have to actually do the backflip. Yeah. So
which is cool. I like that.
But that's what makes it difficult because you have to do that, and if you fuck up, then you just die and you go back to the checkpoint.
I like that.
If you take one bullet, you die and you go back to checkpoint. So it's very difficult, but very interesting. Very interesting. There might still be a demo up. The demo's still up, so check out the demo of that because it's very different.
I definitely will. So those are the games to check out from the October 19th releases. October 20th, we got Marvel Spider-Man 2 dropping on PS5, so go check that out.
Yeah.
Slay the Princess is another one that I've actually heard of before. This one looks really cool.
Yeah, I played the demo of this. It is very fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's very fucking cool. I mean, it's like a classic choose your own adventure, but it remembers your previous runs. So you could like it's like meta in that way where like you remember your runs obviously, but the game also remembers your previous runs. So it's very cool. It's like choose your own adventure, and there's like a princess in a castle, and you go to the castle, and it's like you have to kill her somehow, but she's like a demon, so she's not gonna just let you kill her. And yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. I think there's a demo of this up too. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check this one out too. This one looks really cool.
It's cool. It's cooler than you think it is
Yeah,
by looking
I've
at it.
heard very good things about it. Like,
Yeah.
it looks cool from what like I was seeing on it too. So if it's cooler than how it looks, I'm into it.
Yeah.
Um, Another thing that looks really cool: Super Mario Brothers Wonder dropping on Switch same day as Spider-Man. So
Spider-Man's
this
gonna have
game,
a tough time. Spider-Man's gonna have a rough go here, man.
we joke, but like they don't. They're not even like they're not concerned about each other. Let's be honest here.
I heard good things about Wonder though.
Same. I heard a lot of good things about it.
I don't know. It just looks good. It looks
Yeah.
good. You know, there's a thing about Spider-Man that I don't think people are like. It might be as good as it is, right? But there's this thing called like there's the Jonathan Blow effect, which is like Jonathan Blow put out Braid, and when Braid came out, it was one of the most highly acclaimed indie games ever made.
Yeah.
And so then like whatever he did after that just was always in the wake of it's the guy that made Braid, the most highly acclaimed indie game ever made.
Yeah.
And I think people just don't have that always foreshadows everything he does. And people like when they review his like other games like The Witness, they don't they give it more acclaim than it deserves. Now, I'm not saying that's what's happening with Spider-Man, but I think this happens with like Bethesda a lot too, where people just don't want to admit that it's not as good as it might you want to be. Yeah, or like you overlook the flaws more because
the legacy.
of the legacy. Yeah, I'm not saying that's what happened with Spider-Man, but I just feel like it might be a little bit of that. It might be a little like same with like Nintendo or like Zelda, like Tears of the Kingdom. Like I was a little more lukewarm on Tears of the Kingdom than I think most people were.
Oh, not me.
Yeah,
Oh,
just for the
incredible.
simple fact that I feel like it could have been straight up just like a DLC, and yeah, they could have done that,
man.
but
I disagree.
know,
Like, it was way too fucking big to have been like a DLC or expansion. Like, I think I haven't finished it yet, but I'm the exact opposite. I think that's the only like $70 game I paid for that was like worth the $70. There's so much content there. I haven't even finished it yet.
yeah, but
But I know what you mean. Like there's certain legacy there that people get attached to, and they review a game or product, they can't look at it like in a vacuum. They have to compare it to the legacy as
yeah,
well.
not necessarily just reviews. It's just in general, just how you feel about the current
Yeah,
thing because of how good the past thing may have been. The
yeah,
Witness feels like Joseph Anderson has a good analysis of The Witness because there's things in that game that feel like Jonathan Blow is trolling. It feels like he's purposely making a shitty game to see how people react to it. And the reaction is, look how fucking awesome this is. when in reality he's like making it shitty to see if people call him out on it being shitty.
Oh yeah.
And there's things about that game that seems like that's exactly what he's doing, but the opposite is happening where people are fucking in love with it because it's Jonathan Blow, because he made Braid. And
Mm.
it's a very interesting uh take on that game and just games in general, or like media in general, or anything where I think people were just, I don't know, they just take your reputation precedes it, and it gets to a point where you can't call shit out. But
Who did you say did this review?
Joseph Anderson.
I'll check it out
Yeah,
then.
Joseph Anderson's The Witness review. It spoils a lot of The Witness. And it's not to say that The Witness is anywhere near a bad game. So it's quite fucking good.
Yeah.
But if you look at the Steam description, it goes, "This is a game for intelligent people who don't want their time wasted," and shit like that. There's like parts of the description in Steam where it's like, "Why would you write this?" And then the game is not at all. There's a bunch of shit in that game that wastes your fucking time. Uh, but no one mentions that shit when they talk about that game. It's very interesting. Uh, anyway,
Okay, that makes sense. I see what you mean. I
um,
see exactly. I know exactly what
like
you
that's a
mean.
game that's purposely made to be shitty, but people don't call it out because it's Jonathan Blow and he made Braid. I mean, it's not. It couldn't possibly be shitty.
Yeah.
um.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I know what you mean. That's a very interesting take on it that I want to see. Maybe he did do it on purpose. If people would call him out when nobody did, he was like, "All
yeah.
right,
Which there's a lot of like authors that do that. There's like, like people will get like critically acclaimed books and they'll like just write a shitty one to see if people call them out on it, or they'd be like, "Am I really this good?" Or people just fucking boosting me.
there's It's funny you bring that up because little side tangent here.
Yeah.
Um, so Stephen King is considered by a lot of people to be a very critically acclaimed author. One of the best horror authors of our generation. And it's not me saying this; is what people have been saying about him. Whether you like him or not, like that is his like legacy here. And it took him a long fucking time to get published. A very long fucking time to finally get published. So he had like hundreds of books, right, on back end that he just wanted to get published. And we got that big break and he started getting his books published, he started getting his books released. He went to his publisher, was like, "Hey, I have like a fucking mountain of books I want to get released now." And they're like, "Okay, hold on a minute, bud." Like you can't release all those at one time. You're gonna overflood the mark, you're gonna cheapen your name. You can't release all these books at the same time. You just can't. So what he did, because he thought it was a good chance to see like if he's really like worth a damn. So he released those books under a pseudonym, a pen name, Richard Bachman. And up until it came out that it was him, those books floundered in sales. Like they hardly sold anything. They never
Yeah.
really made a huge profit. They never really cracked any huge sales lists. But the second it came out that it was him writing them, they were cracking like the top 100. Granted, could that be a critique on him that maybe he's not that great a writer? It could be. Could it be like more indicative of like the publishing system and that like it's really hard to like sell a book unless you're already an attached name? It could be that too, but that is something that happened, and you can do with that data as you want. But
The sales are one thing, but it's like the reception,
there's
like,
hardly any reception to them because there wasn't a lot of real buzz about them, so not a lot of publications like did reviews on them. But when I heard the reviews came back, they were kind of okay.
yeah.
One of his books, Rage, got like dragged through the calls specifically the subject matter. Like the book could have been great, but the subject matter really is what held it back. And even he's admitted that the subject matter in that book was a little what could have been handled better. And so we stopped like selling it. He doesn't like acknowledge it. But yeah, the reception I think was kind of whatever. But the second it came out that it was him, like people started reading them, reviewing them, and the publication started reviewing them, and the public consensus now is the books are okay. They're
Yeah.
not like The Shining, they're not like Cujo, but they're not it, but it's okay. It also doesn't help they weren't like horror novels. At least all of them weren't horror novels. So
Oh,
yeah, but yeah,
yeah. There's got to be a name for that. I call it the Jonathan Blow effect, but there's not.
yeah.
I don't
It's
know
not
if
a
it.
bad name for it. I mean, it's an apt description.
Yeah.
But I want to see artists do that. I want to see like a band like release an album under like a different name or like a different under a different like band name and see like what happens.
Or because it's hard to do it under a different name because then you might not get the exposure that it wants, because the point is everyone knows it's you, but you know that you'd made it bad on purpose,
Yeah,
but people are glazing it as if it's the greatest thing ever just because of who you are. It's like Kanye. Now, not to say
yeah,
that everyone loves everything Kanye's done after like Dark Twisted Fantasy, but there was a period of time after that where people just loved or still fucking in love with like Jesus is King, or
yeah.
stuff around there.
And that's the thing to think about too. Is like, are you praising like his new stuff, or are you still like high on College Dropout?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
which I think College Dropout is probably one of the best hip hop albums like ever. Like,
yeah,
and it's hard to like. I can understand how hard it is to like look at all his other work like objectively like that.
yeah.
Not so much now because he's a piece of shit now. Like he ruined his reputation now.
But then on the other side, it's also hard to be the one, like, if you are the guy that's like, this is garbage. If you are the guy that's that, it's hard to be that guy because you feel like you're the only guy
Yeah,
that's brave enough to call out what you think is the truth.
yeah. I
Uh,
mean, not just like legacy stuff, but well, you can look at legacy stuff. Look at like Lindsay Sterling, not Lindsay Sterling, Sterling. What's their name?
Jim Sterling,
Jim Sterling. Yeah, they still go by Jim. I don't remember, but
James Stephanie Sterling.
okay. When they reviewed Breath of the Wild, right? They made some honest critiques on it, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the weapon durability was a little shitty. Like I'll be honest, it's kind of annoying to deal with. I understand why it was there, but it was kind of annoying. Like make the legendary stuff last longer at least. Like there's no reason for the durability to be as annoying as it is. I like it in Tears of the Kingdom because it encourages you to like actually engage with the mechanics, but there wasn't a good reason for it to be as shitty as it was in Breath of the Wild. And they rightfully called that out, and people fucking hated them for it. Remember that? Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's some very honest, and they gave it. What did they give it? They gave it like an 80 out of 100. Like, they still gave it a pretty solid score. Like,
Yeah, it was like an 8 or something.
yeah, but people like fucking hated them for it.
Yeah.
Sent them fucking death threats. This other guy, some random like smaller YouTuber, was talking about like he was doing a video on like what was it? Like sexual assault in video games and how like with male characters put off as a joke. And he brought up like Breath of the Wild, how like when you level up your armor, the great fairies like kind of sexually harass you a little bit. Like when they pick you up and kiss you without your consent, you're
Oh yeah.
struggling away from it. You don't like it obviously, but they're still doing it for you, and you have to engage that mechanic to like upgrade your equipment. And he like kind of criticized that. He's like, that's really shitty. Like, can you imagine being like a sexual assault survivor and seeing this played for laughs? Like as a man, like that would be really shitty. Which is it makes sense. Like, yeah, I understand completely. People fucking hate him for it too. just so much bullshit in the comment section. Just, fuck you, you fucking SJW snowflake. Like, it was insane. Like, dude,
Yeah.
it's just a game. Like, chill out. Fuck. And these were like valid criticisms. I thought it was valid. Like, yeah, something I never thought about before. Like, yeah, I can imagine, like, if you're a male sexual assault victim and you saw this stuff, that would be really shitty for you to put up with. And like nobody like, and this guy, here's the guy talking about it, brave enough to talk about it, and everyone like fucking ran him through the coals for it. So I
Yeah.
see exactly what you mean. It's hard to be that guy with, like, even the criticism was valid. It's hard to be that guy criticizing the thing everybody loves because everyone's gonna fucking hate you for it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 is probably the greatest game ever made, but I have my
Yeah.
doubts.
I think it looks incredible. Like, me personally, I think it looks really good.
Yeah, visually it's stunning. It's incredible. I mean, visually, but
Yeah.
that's all Sony games are. It's like visuals over everything most of the time.
Yeah, you were kind of lukewarm on the first Spider-Man game, so I doubt it's gonna do anything
I
like
was
new for
lukewarm on the first one. Miles Morales was way better just because it was a smaller, more honed in, focused experience.
Yeah.
It didn't do all the open world bullshit that is just fucking. Why does Why does every open world game need a racing mini game? Why do you need to race shit in every open world game? None of them are immune to this. Zelda does it. Fucking, they all do it. Where there's like a racing game, you just
Well, some people
race.
like that stuff. Like,
Yeah, some people like it, but I just don't understand why every single one does it.
yeah,
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, I just feel like, they're very paint by numbers style of games, and I just don't. I'm tired of them. So
I'll give that Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man, was very paint by numbers. Miles Morales, I think, had more interesting quests available in it. So if the second game can do a little bit of that, just like, hey, take out some of the stupid open world bullshit people don't like, I think we can have a pretty solid game here. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna pick it up on PC eventually. Like, that's like non-negotiable for me.
yeah,
I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. Like, I love the first game, mainly for the story. Like, the combat was great. I didn't engage a lot of the stupid open world stuff, like the races. I didn't do any of that. Even though people tell me the races are fun, but the swinging is good, but it's not like, how can I word it? The swinging isn't this like really crazy dynamic thing that requires so much of your control to justify a racing system. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
there's not enough in your control for the swinging to like justify racing.
It's not just a
Maybe
swing;
there
you're
is.
just like you're like running across rooftops and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Like, the lot of stuff that's there is really cool. Don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of stuff there that we didn't need to have. The collectible stuff is kind of weird. Like, the collecting backpacks is kind of annoying. As cool as it was to get it and to see like the shit in it, him reminiscing about like, oh, it's a spider plushie. I was trying to get the copyright for that, but I had to reveal who I was. So there's a bunch of third party like knockoffs in the market now. Like, and like the little things like that were neat as a Spider-Man fan, but as a gamer, I'm like, this is annoying. Like, running around the city collecting backpacks. Like,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
hope like the second game like has its middle ground where it's like, where it's okay. And I'll always argue the stuff you didn't like about the first one, you don't have to engage with it, but
You
it's
don't, but
there
it
to
just
be engaged
litters
with to
the
pad out
fucking.
time. Yeah, it's there to be engaged with to pad out time, and it shows up on your map. It's constantly reminding you that it's there.
You can say the same about like any of the Assassin's Creed games that have
Yeah,
way too much shit on the map. Like you don't have to do any of it, but all these billion
there.
fucking map markers, it's just a little. It's too much. It's too
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
I
and
would
it's there to be content. Like, that's it. It's not like, it doesn't add anything to the game. You can take it out, and it won't take anything away from the game, really.
I want an open world game that is just brave enough to just not put shit on the map. Don't even tell me where I am on the map. Like if I open the map, I just want to be able to like look at my surroundings and try to like pinpoint where I am on the map and kind of just navigate. Oh my god, the game should be good enough that I naturally just want to explore it and discover shit on my own. I don't want it to go, ooh, you found a fucking, ooh, this is the crypt of the ultra hand, and
You are not gonna like this, but you are describing Dark Souls.
Dark Souls, yes, Dark Souls, and then when Elden Ring came out, um, it put a bunch of markers on the map.
Yeah, I'll give Elden Ring the benefit of the doubt because it's like a much bigger game than Dark Souls or any of those games ever were.
But Elden Ring gets the credit of, oh my god, it revolutionized the open world. And I'm like, and I play the game and I'm like, are we playing the same fucking game? You guys are insane. That's a perfect example of FromSoft has this reputation of, oh, they make awesome fucking these Souls games, and then Elden Ring comes out and it gets fucking glazed. And I'm like, guys, have you played? They didn't revolutionize shit. Open world, like you remember Breath of the Wild? Remember when that came out? Or like, yeah, I was super confused. I was super confused, man.
No, I know what you mean, and it's like it's unfortunately like popular consensus, something that like it's never gonna be like 100% right. Like as much as cool as it would be to have everyone just have a solid consensus on something, people are really quick to forget. People are really quick to forget things. And like look at EA, man, like all the shit with EA going on, and people were like super cool to just like, oh, EA's back. Like people forgot about fuck EA forever ago. And same with Konami. Like they got a couple, they're re-releasing Metal Gear Solid games, remaking Metal Gear Solid 3, and people totally forgot about fuck Konami. Like
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of
they got
Metal
some
Gear
new
Solid,
projects. Yeah,
Tuesday,
yeah.
Tuesday Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume One comes out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get back on track, dude. Um, no, Metal Gear Solid Collection's coming out Tuesday.
The crazy thing about that on PC is all the games are separate. So I don't totally understand that. Like the full package is $50, but if you like dive in, each game is like an individual thing on the store.
Oh
So
yeah.
I don't know what if I can just buy 3, I would do that. If they let me do that, I would do that.
And we'll see when it comes out. It's coming out Tuesday, right? Is that what you said? Next Tuesday?
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll check that out. Up next, we got October 25th. We got Postal Brain Damage coming out.
Yeah, I
Forgot
played
about this
that.
game. Yeah, was it good? Did you like it?
I did, but I'm the audience for this.
Yeah.
This is a very stupid fucking game, but that's what I like. So
I definitely gotta check it out then. It's on my list. Like I want to play it. Like I like these kinds of like stupid games and like these old like boomer shooter style games. I hate calling them that, but
yeah,
that old style of FPS is like something you don't really see anymore, and I like that shit. So bring it on. We got Stray Souls coming out. Oh, this is not the game I was thinking of. What is this game? What the hell is this game?
some sort of horror game.
I've never heard of this game before. This looks interesting.
The name is familiar, but I don't know if I know what this is. It looks bad. I mean, not bad, but you know, it looks low budget.
Yeah. Which is funny because if you look at the Steam page, it's like next gen horror. Like really? Really?
Okay.
Really?
Look how he's holding this gun.
I know, man. Like
I feel like it's not how you hold a handgun. But okay, well, coming
there's no
out.
reviews on it yet, so we'll see when this comes out. But next gen horror, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Probably because it's running like Unreal 5 or some shit.
Yeah, they said it's combining the raw combined power of the Unreal Engine 5 and metahuman technology.
Okay.
Advanced facial animations.
Okay, buddy.
Okay. There's this joke there's this joke in Simpsons when so they're kind of spoofing on like Star Wars, and they had this like Star Wars like spoof movie come out that was like terrible because the storytelling was really bad. And they confront the creator, who's supposed to be George Lucas. He's like, "What are you talking about? It's the best like Star Wars movie ever released, ever since we perfected digital eyelash rendering." And that's the same energy here as I'm getting from this. There's this clip and like I'm not seeing anything really next gen about the facial.
Yeah. Or with anything.
Well, I thought at least like the facial animations would be like really cool, but I feel like
It looks like a PS3 game.
yeah, I feel like Half-Life 2 had better like facial animation in this game. Like
Yeah.
going crazy.
Okay, well, that's
We're
Stray
spending,
Souls.
yeah, we're spending way too much time on this game. Yeah, moving on. Oh, that's it. That's it, everybody. That's it for
Yeah.
the show. Thank you all guys so much for listening in. New show days are Thursdays now. Because my
Thursdays.
schedule changed. So Thursdays we're doing the show now. So
Yeah.
check us out next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. You
Yeah.
guys can catch us on gameoverse.com/YouTube, gameoverse.com/Discord, gameoverse.com/Twitch. I think that's it. Am I missing something?
I think that's it. So go to the thing.
Go to the thing.
Go to the thing and do it. You know what to do. So
Yeah, ring the bell, subscribe, whatever. Do the thing.
smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You get a notification every time we put out a new video. You smash that thing, eat it, lick it, and make love to it. And you know what? Have a good time.
While we're at it, this episode was brought to you by Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. Fuck you, I'm eating. That's an Idiocracy reference. Everybody who gets it.
Fuck you, I'm eating.
Yeah. All right. Peace out, everybody.